brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
To throw on second down, Cunningham. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 29. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. A little surprise here on 3rd and 1. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will have a Patriots first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Here's Stevenson. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Again, Stevenson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach...
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Ramondre Stevenson with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Jackson's going to hold on to it again. And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Play action. Now Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The Ravens at 5-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd down, here's an option right. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up, throwing the football, and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CB, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Cunningham. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Cunningham. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Second and 9. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On second down, it's Stevenson. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Yeah, the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now Cunningham. The quick slant caught. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. They'll run with Stevenson. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Patriots will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jackson now. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
He's going to take another shot here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to go up top again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. On 1st and 10, Cunningham. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Pats are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. Oh, he pulls over it. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 41 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Here we go, here we go. Flash, flash.
Back to Stevenson on first down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They never went crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold it to just a yard.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Cunningham to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Hey, middle.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Dancing, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. The Ravens send their punter out now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
18 Cardinal.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A give running right is Vaughn. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This defense tough to run against, and those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down. His receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Jackson to throw.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, to watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Jackson.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it, and the Patriots are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Stevenson. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 66 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Cunningham. Touchdown! Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Patriots are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Jackson's throw is on target to Duvernay. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now it's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 56 yards. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Patriots. A big-time special teams play here in the fourth quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. He's got a man complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really and in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are back within a score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Jackson. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. And the lead is cut to 2 here in the fourth. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
They run once more with Stevenson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go.
Now a handoff, Stevenson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On third down, here's Stevenson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing, Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
Now Jackson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses will focus so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson trying to lay one up deep. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his helmet. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Well, it came down to the final play in such a close ballgame. What a game it was, but they can't get that last throw off. Good job by that defense to get in there for the sack to seal it.
And for fans watching the game, a little bit anticlimactic, don't you think, partner? Not even able to get off one last throw to see how it would have turned out. Instead, pass rush got to him and ended it that way.
So for the Patriots, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.